Boom. What's up, guys? How's it going? How's it doing? How you guys living? What's going on? Someone said I was late today. Listen, if you're a fan of the channel, you know that things just go by. We just run things like by how things come around. Okay, so sometimes I'll start at 9 a.m. Sometimes I'll start at 10, but it's 9 to 10 ish. Okay, it's ish, ish here. Yesterday, my wife went out of town. Our investment in Yuma closed, so she's going over there to paint and clean and all that fun stuff. And I got to stay here. I'm actually showing some homes to. I don't take many showing houses anymore, but I'm actually taking a really good fan of the channel, Manny. He's gonna go look at some houses today. So dusting off the old showing shirts to go show some properties. But other than that, welcome to the channel, everybody. If this is your first live stream, please let me know. I want to give you a shout out. This is Home Goals Live, where I like to just chat live with you guys. I like to usually chat about a topic, and if no topic is involved or I run out of things to talk about, I'll answer your questions. But of course, I like to sprinkle in your questions as I'm chatting. So how's everyone doing? Fish Fat says in Yuma right now. Congrats. There you go. Yeah, man. We're not looking in Yuma specifically. We were looking in the city nearby, and when we were starting to look a few months ago, everything was like 150-ish, and I was like, oh crap, this is not bad. We bought something, a foreclosure. It was around 170. It appraised a little higher, so we're happy with it. Well, freaking all the houses are coming around 200,000 now. So all those people that said I was stupid for investing, hey, who's laughing now? What's up, Mrs. Shelton? Didra? No, it's not. John Pham is not your first. Angel Q, EMJ, loving life in my new home. Even after buying, still want to hang out with Javier in the home go homies. There you go. Yeah, I get a lot of people that still stop by. I appreciate it. I appreciate you guys. Appreciate you guys. You know, the home goals lifestyle is not just buying a house. It's a philosophy. A random call already. Hold on. Let me make sure it's not my wife. Hello, is this Javier? Someone trying to sell me. I got all these mortgage companies always call me. Guys, it's enough. Okay. Tam, first live stream. Welcome, Tam. How you doing? Gustavo Pasos. First live stream. Awesome. Been watching your videos for a while. Just went through my appraisal when it came right in Alfred Valley. There you go, man. People are surprised to find out that most of them are actually coming in pretty decent. So happy for you, Brev. How's the quality in this? Is it coming out blurry to you guys, or just me? Oh, never mind. It looks good. It looks good. I like it. Let's see. Extended warranty calls. Let me see. Hold on. Let me go up and give my shout outs. Stick and Clutch. What's up, man? How you doing? Google user. We got Marbalis Madera. We got Rhonda B. I put in my offer on Thursday and it's accepted. All right, Rhonda. Congrats. Woo. We're gonna have like a song or something. I always say I'm gonna do something, but I don't do it. I'm gonna have to make sure to do something. Randy Gentry, what's for lunch? Hey, thanks for the $5 super chat, man. Todavía sigues con la barba. Just kidding. Thanks for the consistent lives. No worries, man. Thank you. Yeah, and of course, dude. Have you seen last time I shaved? Everyone just kept roasting me for like a month straight, so it's gonna stay on for a bit. Here because I'm actively trying to buy a house, and I'm putting in number 5 today from Kristen Phillips. Kristen, best of luck to you. Rebecca G, hey, we just put our first offer on a house last night. What should hear soon? There you go. Awesome. Marbalisa, I thought you asked a question earlier, and it's not there no more, but she said something along the lines of making offers that seemed above to make it feasible. So I'll start off by saying this, and once again, if you guys have questions, please drop them. We have moderating today Thor, and Randall. I thought you had to go. Well, I guess you have to go no more, Randall. Well, they'll make sure that if they see anything that's particular, something simple, they usually answer. But if it's particularly a little more interesting to talk about, guys, just to give me a heads up. Martin Sema, what's going on, man? How are you? Well, so first and foremost, I want to go over like how to be successful in this market. First things first, the first thing you have to conquer is your mindset. I know that sounds like a typical like motivational speaker, but this week I had about 4 new clients come in, and I was like super pumped. And actually, the way I set up my team now, where I'm running more as a supervisor manager. So I'm the one like you talk with. I get you pre-approved. I get you to get started, and then I assign you someone that's going to show you houses, and then I assign you someone that makes offers, and I'm just overviewing everything, which I'm a lot happier with because I can do what I do best, which is negotiate. Having that initial conversation, two of them seemed like they were on board, and they're like, "Heck yeah, man, let's go!" Right? One of them had been looking for by himself for like the last few months, and the other one has been thinking about buying for a while, but they're finally pre-approved. Well, I guess he scheduled a bunch of showings with our showing agent, and like he canceled last minute of them, saying that the market doesn't sound feasible. Like it just all these offers, all these houses are selling $10,000 or $20,000 more, and it just doesn't seem like it's the right, like, what was his word exactly? It doesn't seem that he doesn't want to pay over price. That it doesn't seem right to him, right? So I get it. I think the problem with this mindset though is it's not necessarily that the market, like it's not feasible, like the values aren't feasible. Market value is determined when a house sells. Whatever a buyer is willing to pay for it, that's market value. There's listing price. And I think the problem is people have this mindset of like how it was to buy a house a decade ago or 5 years ago even, where, you know what, if you bought a house above list price, geez, you better make sure you got closing costs or something, right? So when you think and you tell yourself, well, it's not right, or I can't justify overpaying for a house. Well, hold on there, partner. That list price doesn't mean it's the actual value. If something's listed at $300,000, that doesn't mean it's worth $300,000. Who is the seller? Who are you? Who's the appraiser to say what a value is? So if you have this mindset already, like I think we dropped that person because they were just saying like, oh, it doesn't seem feasible. Well, I'm sorry. Whenever you feel like you're a little more ready, to let me know. And is this person going to get a house? I'm sure, but you have to have your mindset conquered. That's not, make it a PG stream, not a mature stream. You have to have that already conquered. This is the market that we're in, and let's go. If you're just thinking, oh, this isn't right, it's overvalued. You're not going to thrive. You're going to be miserable. You're just going to be panicking over everything. Like, oh my gosh, this is too much. This is too much. You lose a house, 30,000 over. Oh, well, let's go. Let's get another one. Because if you have, you have to conquer yourself first. Like this person didn't even go to see a house and they're panicking. Somebody else I talked to, they were so nervous and so anxious about the market that they haven't even seen the house. Guys, we haven't even entered the battle. The battle is already so hard, getting your offer accepted that you need to be already all in. If that makes sense. Google user, yes, you're right, Javier. I went and trying to buy it with the same mentality when my dad bought in 2000. I can't convince him. Yeah, here's the thing, man. If you got to be careful involving the old heads, man. You involve an old head, they'll be like, no, this ain't right. When I bought, I got closing costs. Like, they're not gonna help. Tell them, Joe, did you listen to the Austin Migos? They were talking all crap about you. Changing your opinion. Interesting, huh? Well, listen, it's easy when you're in a hot city like Austin, it's easy to predict, oh, everything's going to be fine because everything's great in Austin, right? So I'm going to take their crap talking and say, okay, fine, that's cool. I take a more national approach, and over the last year, I was worried, and I would tell the truth. And if they're one of those people that like, you can't change your mind, whatever, that's fine. I have a lot of things I can say right now, but I'm going to hold back. Javier, do you think there is a parallel with the current housing market situation when the PS5 came out, aka artificially creating low supply? That's a good way to put it, Joe. It's a very good way to put it. PS5 came out, had limited inventory. People were scalping it, selling it like $1,000 to $1,500 around there. So double, triple value. But if you notice, like 3 or 4 months in, it calmed itself down. Like if you didn't buy through a scalper, eventually when more inventory hit the market, things slow down and you can buy a decent one without overpaying now, right? So the problem is the market over the past year, it's been 2 years of this now. Well, a year and a half of it now. So it's like, it doesn't seem like it's slowing down anytime soon. So, and then quite frankly, if Sony, let's say there's a foreclosure, which in this example would be like Sony released a bunch of PS5, like old, units or something, refurbished units, let's say. if there was a huge load of refurbished units, people were saying, oh no, the Sony PS5 prices are going to crash. No, there's a huge amount of demand and it's going to meet it right away, right? There will be people that are willing to, invest in a foreclosure or whatever the case they may be. Really threw me off with that question about people talking crap about me, man. I feel like I want to look it up now. No, don't do it. Don't do it, Javier. Don't do it. Hey, man. Let's see. I went to hours south of where I live. Hey, man, that's what you got to do. That's what I do. Justin Odisho. Hey, what's going on, man? A nice check mark. Hopefully I'm going to get my check mark soon. What do you think about escalation clauses? Escalation clauses. Well, I think when the market wasn't so oh snap, you guys are getting my girlfriend Kyle on this now. Let's not do it, Kyle. Let's not do it. Sorry, the question was what I think about escalation clauses. Escalation clauses. When the market wasn't so crazy, it was feasible. Like, hey, we're going to offer this much, but we're not, for those who don't know, escalation clauses is like, hey, we offer you, like, let's say the house is for 280. We offer you 300,000, and if anyone beats us, we'll beat them by $1,000 up to 320 or something, right? So in the previous market, it was excellent. In this market, it shows weakness. Like if people are starting with their best up front, right initially, starting with their best. And if you're not starting with your best and you're showing weakness, like, maybe I'll pay you this much, but I don't want to if I don't have to. Ooh, that's basically what it sounds like. Ooh, I don't want to. then it doesn't come across right. So I would say find a middle ground. If you don't want to go too crazy, making a super aggressive offer, you don't want to do an escalation clause. Go in the middle. Okay, make a higher offer that you're comfortable with, that you're not willing, like you're saying this is the most I'd spend for this house, but make sure it's not that high. Make sure it's not that low either. And I can't give you exact numbers until until I know the information. Had me at ooh. Joe Valenzuela, are Redfin's estimates fairly accurate? You know what, man? They're getting better. These online valuations are getting better, So it's good to get an idea, but at the end of the day, CMAs are superior. Captain Viper, Javier, why do we even need appraisals if true values buyer willing to pay? Because lenders, a financial institution, needs some kind of validation that the money they give you, they will get back. And an appraiser is going to determine what that current property value is at that given time, like as at exactly of that moment, depending on the numbers. Now, if you're willing to pay more than that, then true value is more than that. However, a bank wants to make sure they get their money back if for some reason you default on your loan. So by having the appraisal at least get the actual solid validation numbers that you can actually verify, that's what they're going to use to give the loan on. But someone is willing to pay more than market value is more, if that makes sense. Does it make sense? I don't know. Nothing in this market makes sense. But while we keep the topic going here, so once you got your mindset conquered, you're just like, hey, I'm ready to get this. Let's get going, right? People are, when you are starting to look at properties, you really kill yourself when you don't understand what your identity is. What do I mean by that? Like, I'm a Hispanic overweight man with glasses who apparently podcasts are talking crap about. Dude, you can get me out of Maryville, but you can't get the Maryville out of me, man. I'm sorry. Oh, man. For those who know Maryville, this is where I'm from in Phoenix. Not the best part of town, but Maryville proud. So once you're starting to look on the market, you're gonna get the values. You start looking for a house. Identity. Sorry, my brain's catching up. Identity. So if you're somebody who you're at the lower price range, you have barely enough for closing costs. Things are super super duper tight, and you're looking at these beautiful remodeled houses that hit the market that have like 20 offers. You can go throw in an offer there, but you're just setting yourself up failure. Now, is it possible it will work? Yes, but you're going to be fighting over what everyone else is fighting about, and it's not going to work out for you. So, one of the things I've been doing with my clients that's been working is, there's 5 houses that hit the market. There's 2 of them that are super nice. maybe if it's the first or second time we go look at it, yeah, let's go look at the house just to kind of, get an idea. Because a lot of times you don't, when the realtor tells you it's crazy, you don't believe us. And I get it. But then we go look at a nice one and then we make a really weak offer. And then I tell you, hey, our offer got beat out. The highest offer was 40,000 over Valley or something. Then we're like, oh yeah, they weren't lying. So the point is that when you do make an offer, you want to make sure that the house matches with your identity. Because if you're looking at those two houses that are super beautiful, yeah, no, whatever. Those other three are still going to be competitive, but you'll have a better chance or better success rate with those houses. See what I'm saying? So, you want to make sure you understand your identity as a buyer and make sure you're looking at the right houses. The people that get discouraged is because maybe keep looking at remodeled houses over and over again, My wife said something, probably the smartest thing she's ever said other than, yes, I'll marry you. I'm just kidding. That was not the smartest decision for sure. If you would have met me at 19, you would have been like, oof, run away, girl. So if, what was it? I keep going on these tangents. What was I saying? Okay. So, guys, what was I talking about? I completely forgot. Market value changes the market. I'm at an appraisal step. They did it yesterday. How long do I have left to close? Did they do the appraisal or did you get it back? Let me listen back and see if I can remember what I was saying. Get an idea. Because a lot of times you don't, when the realtor tells you it's crazy, you don't believe us. You're looking at the right houses. The people that get discouraged is because maybe keep looking at remodeled houses over and over again, My wife said something. Oh, my wife said something. Okay. My wife said the smartest thing. She says, when you find a house that you think is your quote unquote dream home, all it really is, it's somebody else's dream that they actually fulfilled. And now you're basically adjusting your dreams to their idea of what their dream home was. What does that mean? If right now I have a house, I remodel it, I put countertops that I want, I put the cabinets that I want, I put the paint that I want, I do a giant mural of Kyle Seagraves in my bedroom. Someone walks in, they go, oh, this is my dream house. Is it really your dream house, or is it just what my idea of a dream house was, and it kind of matches yours a bit? So as a first-time home buyer, now more than ever, this idea that the remodelers and the flippers and the HGTVers, whatever you want to call them, have been selling to us about the house needs to be like this, got to get rid of that. You have to buy a home that's going to be, potential of a dream house. And once you have that potential, then you have to, work on it. Now, what does this mean? This means that, yes, you're not going to be looking at the best houses, but it also means you're going to have liquid money. Because you're going to have to put money into the house, which goes to my point. If your identity doesn't involve you having that extra money, if you don't have an extra contingency waiver to waive the appraisal, you don't have an extra 20, 30K lying around to do stuff like that, then you have to be really selective of the houses you pick. Because if you're going with the really nice houses, you're going to be competing with people who have higher value. They're willing to throw more money at the seller. And it doesn't matter how much you cry about it or how much you think the market's unfair, they're going to continue to do that for the foreseeable future. So if that's the case, go to start looking at homes that are not the best, and that's where you have to go. What's up, Isaac? How you doing? You do an awesome job, King Drew. Thank you, man. Is a picture of me in the silk kimono? I thought we were going to talk about that. They do the appraisal in the house. If they just did the appraisal, it's going to take a week. The kimono, the silk kimono, guys, if you guys want to check out that photo, it's pretty raunchy. Go to Kyle Seagrave's Instagram on his story. He just put a raunchy ass photo. Like, I'm just saying, the persona you see on YouTube is a lot different than Instagram. Can I say thirst trap? Hashtag thirst trap? Yeah, man, pretty crazy. This whole hashtag handsome Squidward thing, he's just taking with it and running with it, man. There's no stopping him. He's out of control. Let's go back and see. Joel E said stop smoking. Sheesh, I wish I could smoke, man, but can't. I'm alone with the kids, and also not yet. What are you doing to keep your buyers motivated in the hot sellers market? Consistent pep talks, but quite frankly, if they are initially from the get-go, really Like they even after I educate them, they're still like, I don't know what, no, I don't, it's not sustainable. Okay. It's okay to take a break. It's okay to say, you know what, this market's crazy right now. If you want to take a 1 or 2 months break, that's fine. I understand that I might be losing them, and there might be another agent that's going to be a lot more sympathetic, have more sympathy than me, and potentially win over. But at this point, we have to. There's no room to double guess yourself. I messed that word up. I know. Yuan Pen, appraisal value is the value the bank could resell the home for if you foreclose. Not the same as market value. It's perfect. It's a perfect way of saying it. You couldn't have said it better myself, man. Why can't they resell at true market value? They can, and they will, and they'll make more money. But Captain Viper, you keep throwing these. You want to like rewrite the way underwriting and loans are done, bro? This is how it's done. Okay, I get it. Good questions and all, but can you get a loan with money to do remodeling? You can. There's different loans like 2 or 3K loans, but you have to really make sure you find a house that the seller is willing to be patient with you, because they're kind of a pain in the butt for sellers to deal with. So if you're like a really nice one, a really nice house, and you try to do that, it's not going to work. Where can you get houses for 150? You have to look outskirts. Like I had to buy like 3 hours away from Phoenix to get my investment from my mama and my grandma. The best of me, my realtor continues to assure me that I'm an extremely qualified candidate. I deadline offers. It's empowering and not defeating. That's it. That's exactly it. Because here's one thing for sure. My last point in this whole spiel is, no matter how hard you think it is, every single buyer that's been wanting to buy a house will get one eventually. Let me be a little vulnerable with you. Last year, probably about March, April, May, I got really scared with the COVID pandemic. And if you're judging me, remember how crazy things were in March and April? As I have already told you guys, my daughter suffers from febrile seizures. So any kind of little virus or bacteria we freak out about. She thankfully hasn't had one in a bit, but when this COVID came out, we're like, holy crap. We don't want our baby girl to have a seizure on us. She can't, if she has a fever, we're just giving her ibuprofen and acetaminophen, Tylenol every 3 hours, and this is like this whole spiel. My life stops when she gets a fever. So being extra careful about that, when COVID started to spread around and there's cases in Arizona and everything, I shut down. I was like, I'm gonna take care of her. I want to make sure we're good. So from March to May, I was working with this particular family, and I remember this anxiety would carry over in our conversations, and eventually led to like, hey, we're just gonna wait now. Interesting enough, a month later they bought. I looked in the tax records. Now, here's the thing. If you're willing to buy and it's a crazy market, it will work out in your favor and you will find something. Eventually, once I hit the market again at the end of the last year, I got really busy, and, sometimes I couldn't keep up with the demand. People would request houses, and, I have 5 or 6 other clients, and I wouldn't get back to them fast enough, and they would go on their own, and I would think, oh, well, it's a really hard price point anyways. They still got a house eventually. So if you have the willpower, you have the strong mindset, you are making actually valid offers, you're not trying to lowball everything, one house will land. And the way you'll never know how it feels until you're doing it. Like the one that actually lands will be one that you didn't think you were going to get. You're just starting to throw offers to become second nature. Eventually one hits and you're just like, holy crap, we're under contract. Holy crap, it's inspection time. Holy crap, here are the keys. Like eventually it will land. So you have to have that mind. Yes, realtor and lender can motivate you, but you got to have that self motivation, man. You need to be strong in this market. That makes sense. Let's see if we got some good questions here. Good job, Javier. Unlike my realtor that I didn't even respond back when I said I decided to wait. Javier, what are your thoughts on writing letters to the sellers? Does it help? Manny Mo, great question. I feel like Google user, I can't wait. Yeah, dude, I'm telling you, Google user, watch. You're going to come to a live stream eventually in a few weeks, and you're going to describe it exactly like I described it. When you get the house, it's not like this amazing thing that like angels come out and there's a beautiful choir outside. It's just like, what? We got the offer? What? I didn't think we had that one, Tiana, I got the clear to close yesterday. It's such a nightmare being self-employed. Yeah, and people think that it's so easy to get a house right now, and that's exactly right. No, you're not a dumb Chad Viper. You're good. Um, so Manny Mo, writing a letter can be the most effective thing in the right situation. It can also be the most useless thing in the right situation. What do I mean? Well, right now, not right now. The last few years, realtors have been always saying, "Oh, like they have the secret sauce," and they'll go to meetings like, I got a secret. My clients are winning, and you'll never guess what my secret is. I get my clients to write a letter. And it's like this amazing thing. There's some potential for great, like if for some reason, whatever you want to call it, the seller has something similar to your story, or perhaps you remind them of a family member or a friend, then they will gravitate towards that letter. And if the offer makes sense with that letter, it's like I want to say the golden. I was gonna say golden shower, but I don't know. I was gonna say golden standard, but then it said thought shower, and I was like, wait, no, gosh, it's terrible. It becomes perfect. It's just like everything's in synchrony, and yeah, it works out. So, but a lot of people put like emphasis on it. Like I had an offer for a client that we're currently working with. If you're watching this, I'm sorry, I appreciate it, but you can yell about me later. Last week, there was an offer. There was a house with like 20 offers, and we found out there was like offers 20, 30, 40K above, and she didn't want to make an offer that high. She made an offer at list price, and she was like, "Hey, can we write a letter?" And I said, all due respect, the letter's not going to help. We can write the most beautiful sonnet and write them a choir symphony and all kinds of stuff. Like you can freaking put on a contract that you're going to order a mariachi and sing to them, every day of the week. You're not getting that house. It's just not going to help. So I would say this: only write a letter, do it carefully, follow the Fair Housing Act has you have to make sure not to include gender and race and sex, or all that kind of stuff. Not sex, yes, it's sex, like gender. So I would only say write the letter if you see something in the house that you relate with. One of my listings I had earlier this year, my client had Harry Potter books, and they wrote us a letter talking about their love for Harry Potter. And when I presented the letter to my seller, she started crying. She's like, I put those books out because I thought that somebody would relate to me in that way, and she picked up on that. So, is it like a sign from above saying this house is for you? No, it's just strategy, right? So, that's what I would say: is write the letter. That way, it's a personal letter. Don't just do it every time. If there's something in the house that you can resonate with. Isaac, golden shower now. Never know what you're gonna get on the live streams. Exactly. Lots of good tips here. Manny Mo says, I hear they do work. Well, I hope you listened to what I said, because I think, yeah. I was told love letters can pose with fair housing issues. They can, which is why you can't include mentions of gender and I think any kind of protected status, like a familial status, all kinds of stuff. So you have to be very careful. So it could be like, hey, want to write you a letter. We're really well qualified. I was noticing as I was walking around that you had a book of a Game of Thrones book. I just want to say that's my favorite book in the world, and I plan on using this house for everyone and us, for us to enjoy or whatever. You have to be careful. You can't just go and say, yes, I'm from this country. I have this many kids. This, because then if they deny you, then you can say, well, you did it because I'm this gender or something, or this race. Ain't gonna lie, I had a generic leather that didn't follow what Javi said. That's how I won. Well, sometimes there's an exception. Thor, you're the exception. I can't believe that you had to make an offer 55K over asking. I bought in 2018 and did 5K. Same, bro. 2018, 2017, those are the golden years, man. Only had to make, if you wanted closing costs, you just offered another 5 or 10. And then if you didn't, just offer list price. It was that easy. All right, guys. Now that's my spiel. I'm gonna start doing this spiel now, where I will the first 30 minutes will be just me talking about a topic. So then that way there's some evergreen content. What if I just don't acknowledge it? Do you think if I don't acknowledge it, he'll just stop throwing money at me? I'll give you the live. Thank you so much, Kyle. Appreciate it so much, man. I appreciate it. We're just making Mama Susan even happier. Thank you, Kyle. $200, dude. Holy crap! What am I gonna do with that? With those $200, Kyle, I'm going to buy a ticket to Dayton, Ohio. Is that how much tickets are from Phoenix, Ohio? Yeah, I think so. Notice me, senpai. Thank you, man. I appreciate it. I didn't know you can go up to more than 100. Is that because on the computer, right? Yeah, probably. Awesome, man. Well, thank you. Handsome Squidward, guys. Let's give a round of applause for Handsome Squidward. Just because of that, we're going to have to put him up on there now. Where is he? Let me see. Hold on. I'll be right back. Okay, I'm back. I just had to get this. Because Kyle decided to be so generous, we're going to pop him up right here. Good old Handsome Squidward. Thank you, Handsome Squidward. Doesn't that look just like Kyle Seagraves, guys? That's like uncanny, dude. Like, holy crap. Is that you, Kyle? Kyle, is that you? Oh, no, it's not him. See, people are saying yes. I'm telling you, man. Looks just like him. By the way, guys, he made a bomb-ass video about the Bank of America loan. You guys should definitely check it out after this live stream. Like, the best video I've seen on that topic. And I've noticed, Kyle, that certain people are now trying to make videos about it after your video came out. So, yeah. Wink, wink. Captain Viper. Oh, my gosh, John. Stop saying that. I think it's a meme. He's always saying that. I think I owed you for past ones you did. It's all right. We good now. Even the pouty lips are the same. Dude, this is Kyle Seagraves. Is 3.125 interest good? I mean, yeah, right now, it's good. I was actually getting that rate for not investment, so I shouldn't call it investment. I used a family opportunity loan to buy a home for my mother-in-law, so that way she can help her mother. I was getting 3.125, and with like $1,500, I bought it down to 2.875. So hopefully you have some extra cash to try to buy it down even more. Yeah, guys, if you're watching this live stream, make sure you have the chat up. Make sure you have the comments up, because that's our people. You know, you can react with people, talk about it. Kyle, those 200 could be used to lower your debt to income ratio. Kyle doesn't need to reduce the debt to income ratio. Are you kidding me? All that money he's making on his modeling career. Just saw a house reduce $25,000 here in MD. I wouldn't really look into it. Just call and figure out what happened. People always message me like, "Oh my gosh, Javier, there's a bunch of back on market listings. It's happening." No, it's just a coincidence. The comments are the best part. Exactly. All right, y'all. Time for Q&A time. If you guys have any questions, please let me know. Any questions about real estate, housing market, etc. Now's the time to ask. Thank you for sticking along if you did. What am I drinking today? I'm drinking water. Mercy's out of town right now, so kids and I will just eat whatever. Ashcan. Sorry. What's the best way to research a realtor for buyers without signing up for those mass lists where you have to input email, blah, blah, blah? Not trying to get them all to call me at this point. Well, if you want to research a realtor, it's going to be hard to really determine if they're solid right now. Because I always say it, you can find a realtor with the best reviews and the best social media, but if you catch them in a bad month, like where they're having a rough week, you know, something's happening personally, they'll be the worst realtor in the world. So, the best way to judge somebody is get an initial impression off their social media, how they handle themselves online, and maybe if they have reviews online, like sometimes Zillow. But a lot of times, you know, Zillows are so subjective because I'll be honest with you. We'll request the reviews from the people we just did an amazing job for. But if it was so, you won't ask for reviews from them. So, you know, don't really look at that. I would say look at how they conduct themselves online. Is this the type of person you want to work with? And call them and get a good impression from them. If they seem standoffish, you know, and maybe, once again, maybe you call them in the wrong time. So maybe give them a chance and text them first and say, hey, can you give me a call when you can or something, you know? You can also ask your family and friends for a realtor. You know, you can just do a bunch of things. Sani-san, love your videos, Javier. Thanks for all your honesty. Everyone changed your market crash tune after your video. Really? Did it really? Who else changed your tune? Ahmad Sakran. Sorry, Ahmed. How can we beat people over 100,000 over the asking price in California? You can't. You can't beat that. Stop looking at those houses. Javier, all the houses are like no, not all the houses are. There are houses out there and that do not get that crazy. Stop looking at the really nice ones. Stop looking at the super nice areas. Go a little further out. Figure it out. There's a way. Graham Stephan, he changed his tune after mine. I thought he made a video a few days before me that the market's going to crash. Yes, everyone changed their stance on the housing market. Well, hey. I will say that I did not change Christina Smallhorn's stance. When I called her to ask her to kind of give her, not ask her permission, I just wanted to, float by her because I didn't want to, endanger our friendship. She said, I already made it. It's like releasing this Saturday. She's like, we should help each other. Yeah, sure. Yeah. And that's why I mentioned her at the end and she mentioned me at the end. Jeb Smith changed too. He's a good guy. I'm sure he would have realized that too. Anyways, he's actually started talking to him last week. He's awesome. Solid. He's coming to Phoenix in a few months. I think we were going to meet or something like that. What are some tips for first-time home buyers, especially in this crazy market? Well, I think I just gave a lot of good tips the first 30 minutes, unless you want specific, like a house, like making offers or how to find the house, etc. So there is this house. My husband loves it. I'm cool with it, but needs a new kitchen. He said if we get it, I can get a new kitchen. How much is a new kitchen? So that's your classic husband lie. I'm guilty of this. Like, I'm thinking about getting a Tesla soon. I know, I can't believe it. It's one of my dreams. I'm gonna get a Model Y because I'm a big guy. I know I look like a little skinny legend up here, but I'm 6'3", trying to lose some weight. So a Model Y fits better for my needs. And I was like, Mercy, I'm gonna get a Tesla, but don't worry. And I started promising all these things that we never do. So I don't know. What was I gonna say? Yeah. I mean, a kitchen remodel might cost you 10 to 20K, but I wouldn't buy. You have to put it on a contract with your husband. You're gonna make it. You're gonna do it by this, or this will happen. I think some change their stance because of the policies being extended over and over. Yeah, probably has nothing to do with me. I think there's a lot of smart cats out here on YouTube that probably came up to the same conclusion. That video was very difficult to me to make, and if Handsome Squidward is still here, he'll tell you I kept bugging him over and over about it. Like, I kept changing my mind. Maybe I shouldn't do it. But I did get some hate from it. There's some pretty nasty comments I've gotten, and especially not necessarily the first week, but now that it's the second week, now it's like YouTube is trying to put it to the masses, and there's some people that are like, you're clueless. You don't know what you're talking about. Like, what am I gonna do? I've seen you in person. You're like 5'1". I like that. Oh my God, Javi, show us when you get it and tell us about it. How nice. Yeah, I'm going to make a video. Call it, I bought this Tesla, and like every other YouTuber does. No, I'm not going to do that. Jay Kelly says, which video? The housing market crash isn't happening video. Onyx, would you recommend renting for a year and to have a past history? No, they don't check your rental history when you buy a house. I've never had that happen where they go, hold up, bro. How long have you been renting? I you have great credit. You have awesome income. And you seem like you're like pre-approved. But hold on. One last question. How long have you been renting for? Oh, it's only been a month? You can't qualify for this loan. How long did you live in your first tier? I don't know. There's a live stream now from your boy on the crash crisis explosion. Who? What boy? There's some people that are sticking to this housing crash thing, huh? No, Harvey, some people report to credit hubs. That's probably why they're asking. Listen, housing market crash content's going to get a lot of attention. You're going to get a lot of views. You're going to grow your channels. But when this is over and the market starts to stabilize, what value are you bringing? You know what I'm saying? Like, what are you bringing to the table? Skinny legends. Only skinny legends allowed here. Skinny legends only. Do soft credit inquiries for a payment plan affect loan approval? I believe they don't, but double check with your lender. I know, like when the utility company does a soft credit check, people always call me, "Oh my god, they're gonna ruin my credit." No, it's fine. So double check with your lender just to be sure, because sometimes they say it's a soft credit check and it's not really. Matt Smith, no housing crash this year. Yeah, well, it's not gonna stop people from making videos about it. Any tips on how to get out of an apartment lease halfway through? I'm getting a house. Yes, go have a conversation with the person at the front. Hey, if it's like a big giant company, they're not gonna like, bend the rules for you. But if they're just like, hey, how's it going? we're thinking about buying a house. You think you can let us out early? And they might let you out earlier and not charge you that much, because they can get someone else in there now and charge them more money and make more money. So, or try to reduce that fee to move out. If they only charge you like 1 month's rent to move out early, I mean, that might be worth it. So, yeah, go by days in the market to buy a house. Yeah, sometimes though, but sometimes when there's like 10 new listings and you can see one's like more of an ugly one, then it doesn't matter what the DOM is. But yeah, usually that's a pretty good. I forgot to mention, guys. First of all, remember, if you want to help out the channel, you want priority questions, you can do a super chat. You don't have to do $200 like this guy did. Yes, Sadie? What? You want barbecue? Oh, Sadie wants barbecue. Okay, here you go, Sadie. This is Sadie Vidana, guys. She looks just like me in the girl version, I know. Say hi, Sadie.
Hi.
Say bye, Sadie.
Bye.
All right. What was I talking about? Oh yeah, so just just talk to them, have a conversation, and if they don't, then they don't. But at least it's worth it. Don't listen to those jealous people. You're a very good YouTuber. You know what you're doing. They'll get more subs for a FUD, and mistakenly think numbers. Yeah, I appreciate it, man. Thank you. What do you think about new construction right now? From Escrow with a K. That's pretty cool, man. If I had a tagger name, I would call myself Escrow like that too. Escrow. I mean, if you can get one, it's probably the most preferred option right now. It's a little of a risk because your interest rate might go up slightly over the next 9 months, but man, like for the same price, you get it. I am hearing grumblings of certain builders. There's a certain supply, like roofing material, that's become like just run out of, there's a shortage of it or something like that. So there's actually going to be a bunch of new either price escalations, or they're going to give people the option to cancel. So I don't know if that'll affect things, but we'll see. I'm going to call you Harvey now, by the way. Harvey? The hell does that mean? Harvey's not a good way to be called right now. The hell, bro? Where in Phoenix would you recommend buying a house? Wherever you can afford, Cassandra. What method would you recommend to figure out how much you can afford per month? Not pre-qualify, what you can afford. I'm a fan of the 28% gross model. I said it. 28% gross is my favorite. Why? I don't know. 25% net's definitely the golden standard, and it's nice, but 28% gross makes more sense to me. I like to have a little, room to enjoy life. I'll be honest with you guys. I had an uncle pass away of COVID in December, and that guy saved a lot of money. Saved all this money, had all this money stashed. And when he passed away, his wife of like year and a half, 2 years, kept all that money. What good was all that money saving it away, So I'd like to, play some video games, buy a Tesla. No, I don't know about Tesla. That's like really crazy. But, geez, go freaking enjoy yourself, 28 gross is my favorite. 25% net is the golden standard. Not the golden shower, the golden standard. Wow, 3 to 6 months to close is ridiculous. Oh, no. I didn't say 3 to 6 months, Lauren. I mean 9 to 12 months for the closings for the new builds. Unless you're talking about something else. I had some barbecue last time I was on the road. Pork so tender it shredded itself off the fork. I was eating it, and it might as well have been in Arkansas. Where is that at? Where is this magical barbecue at? Big house, nicer area, 1960s home, or newer house, not so nice area, smaller. What's your upbringing? So you're like, what? What's your upbringing? What house do you like? Are you a fan of older homes that might need more work but you're willing to put in the elbow grease, or you want something newer that won't break as much, but you're kind of one of 100? You're like, you can find a similar house 2 doors down. It's a personal preference. Thor, he's making a mention to what I said. Thor, jeez, Thor, you're such a prude sometimes. $5 super chat from John Folks. Thank you so much, John. Are there differences in the buying process for a duplex instead of a single family home? I would live in one unit, rent out the other. There is differences. What they are, you probably want to talk to a lender. So yeah, I sorry to help you out. I unfortunately am not a lender, so I can't give you the specific details on that. I appreciate the $5 though. But as of right now, I don't know what the exact differences are. So, when Kyle says my bank just called me to ask their super chat was fraudulent. LOL. He's like, why are you sending money to a Mexican in Phoenix? Are you back in the cartel? Dude, what are you talking about? Your bank is used to those kind of transactions. You transferred, last week you probably transferred like $100,000 to Jorge in Tucson, because he's a drug smuggler. If you guys didn't know that, Kyle Seagraves. That's right, you heard it here first. Dodge. I did buy Dogecoin. I have like $500 in Dogecoin right now, and it's like 410 now because it's lost value. So thanks a lot for the recommendation. Do realtor licenses work in all states? Nope, only per state. Only per state. Older homes, way, way higher home insurance. Sometimes. Good God, that one person is at it again with those damn housing crisis title videos live right now. I almost fell for his channel because I like what I heard, but you brought me back to reality. It's an interesting thing, definitely. And I don't mean to divide YouTube. That's not my intention. I don't mean to divide folks. But and clearly I got flack for it. People, I could have just not said anything and continued to make videos, but I'm not gonna say anything else about it. Thanks for $10, Sin. Sine. In Phoenix, what's the most popular price range for houses that get the most competition? 300 to 400 for sure. 300 to 400 is gonna be the most competitive. 400 to 500 is competitive still, but not too crazy. 500 plus, it kind of slows down slightly, but I would say actually 300 to 500, depending on the area, is pretty insane, which is crazy because I remember you can buy a house here 4 years ago for like 200s. So yeah, you hit it right on the money, Sunday. Thanks for the $10, but 300 to 500 is going to be that golden standard. We have limited land due to being in the valley and population increase. Yeah, that's true. Pepino or mango? Both. How would you do positive cash flow in this market based in Las Vegas? I'm not an investor mind, so I can't really tell you there. How would you do? But if I were to answer that question, how would you do positive cash flow? You'd have to find an opportunity of someone who's looking to sell their house to you extremely cheap, but without putting it on the market. And just basically you have to skip them going on the market, which I don't know how you're gonna do that. Because anyone in their right mind right now would just do that. But maybe you find a fixer-upper that's really bad shape. You buy it super cheap. That way you can either flip it or you can invest it. That's going to take a long time. $10 from escrow. Gentrification is coming in Dallas. I want to get an FHA construction loan to build a duplex. Any advice? What the hell does that first part have to do with everything? It's like me saying, I love barbecue. Anyways, so today I was walking my dog. Sorry. Just yelling random, like almost leaning on the freaking line of becoming offensive almost. But yes, sorry for the first night. I want to get an FHA construction loan to build a duplex. Any advice? Yeah, you probably have the zoning is going to be your biggest problem in duplexes. You can't just build a duplex anywhere, right? So you have to make sure that there's probably other duplexes in the area already, or you have to make sure with the city that they're going to be okay with you building that. So, yeah, Thor Javi is so mean. Oh my gosh, get out of here. But best of luck to you, escrow. It's definitely going to be a little tougher. If you can't do a duplex, it's okay to build a single family. Bruh, did you take an edible? Don't lie. I didn't. Do I seem like I'm high right now? I'm eating a cheeseburger, and I haven't eaten a cheeseburger in a long time, so maybe that's why. Is that why maybe I seem high? No, I'm not high, guys. I've been taking CBD oil, but that doesn't get me high. It's so funny you guys think I'm high. I found a legendary barbecue and catfish in Arkansas. Well, there you go. If you guys are ever in Arkansas, you know where to go. It's the high blood sugar, yeah, basically. What do you think about the Baltimore City market? Unfortunately, I don't know too much about it, man. Sorry, I can't help you there. Sorry, ma'am. Can you talk about the 40-year mortgage thing? I don't think there's no 40-year mortgages anymore. I haven't seen those, and I haven't seen them ever. I don't know if they still do them. Has anyone ever heard of Invitation Homes? I was looking to buy in California, but that's too hot for me now. I have to rent. Yeah, Invitation Homes is basically like a conglomerate of like a bunch of rentals. I think they're public. I think they're public. It's just a massive rental company. I believe it's them or someone else. I don't remember, but I'm pretty sure they're public stock. It's ma'am. It's ma'am. Sorry, ma'am. Reminds me of that GameStop video. I heard they're allowing it for forbearance. 30 years is a long time if you think about it. 30 years is a long time for sure. It's ma'am. He's talking about forbearance thing that are going to allow extend of 40 years or something like that in those lines. Oh, they're trying to wrap loans that are in a forbearance to a 40-year mortgage. So essentially, did people make housing market crash videos about that already? It's like, oh my God, Joe Biden has just farted. The housing market crash is coming. 12 minutes of just sorry. So they are using a 40-year loan to help people that are in forbearance. So essentially giving them an extra 10 to 15 years so they can lower the payment. Why I would see how that's a good idea for folks that don't have equity. But most people have equity, so why would they do that? I see that being being an option, but I don't think a lot of people are going to take advantage of it. So, what I think about it, not a terrible idea, but I don't necessarily think it's the best idea. You guys didn't like my impersonation? Can a friend gift me money for housing closing? Jose, I don't think so. I think it has to be blood relative. There's a way around it, but talk to your lender. If you let those funds season for multiple months in your account, it will be fine. But talk to a lender. Don't just do that. Oh, you mentioned gentrification because you want to build in an area and take advantage of the property. Awesome. So you have a lot of people moving there. That's great. Mike, me, Kevin. I haven't seen me, Kevin. I don't know. I don't really necessarily think he does that much negative crap. I think he more or less just does just like general stock and finance stuff. But I mean, his thumbnail game is for sure on point. So I don't know necessarily he's still making all kind of videos. Why did you block him saying, is it me or does Javi look like he's been working out? NJNP, should I buy my dream house or keep living like king? I don't know. It was a proposal by the CFPB. You know what? I trust the CFPB. I'm sorry. I know a lot of people here don't like anti-government. CFPB has helped the consumers so much. You know, there's all this number of this bullshit loan fraud that's been happening. That was for the first decade of the 2000s. So if that's what they're proposing, then I hope they only allow it to a certain amount of people, though. I hope they don't allow it to just everybody like they did with the forbearance. How long did you live in your first house? I bought 7 years ago. So I lived it 2 years. But that was when the market was going up and up and up. Kevin does reporting. Ever since I started dabbling in stocks, I watch more of him. So, hi Javier, how you doing? Getting keys to my new house next week. Thanks for getting salty. That's the part I like the best about the live. Well, there's tons of salt this live. Find out there's a freaking podcast live stream talking shit about me when that same person that runs that podcast in January messaged me because they thought I made that video about them in January. You know, I don't know, man. You want to start? Let's. We can start something. Once again, you can get me out of Maryville, but you can't get the Maryville out of me. Too much saltiness. Thor, you're like what? You're like my sweet to my salt. What do you put in salt? What do you put in something to make it less salty? Oh. Does student payment plan affect DTI? In a way, if you're depends on your loan type. There's two numbers to consider. There's your 1% of your loan amount, and there's your amortized payment. And if you go FHA, they use the highest number, and if you go conventional, they use the lowest number of both. Progress Music, I have no idea. I don't live in Florida nor Texas. Sugar, yeah. Thor, you're the vinegar sugar to my saltiness. What would be the cheapest way to live in Phoenix and work full time? Van dwelling would be pretty cheap. You probably have to live in an area that's a little rougher, maybe. I don't know. That's a good question. Probably if you're gonna own a home, probably buy a townhouse or condo. If you're gonna try to stay, if you want to save monthly payment wise, you just have to live in an area that's not the best. You know. No, it's not Graham Stephan. Stop it. Bram Stephan doesn't even know who the frick. Don't know who I am. Hi Javier, my wife and I are just saving for our first home. We really thank you, Jason. Hopefully you and your wife get that home soon. How? Jacob says my son Jericho says, "What's up, dude?" Jericho is the best name ever. Jericho, you have an awesome name. I wish my name was Jericho. Imagine if my name was Jericho Vidana. Jeez, it would be a wrap. Thank you guys for watching. How to get appraisal waive when buying a house? You don't have that choice. The lender has to choose to waive that. Wait, hold on. Do you mean like how to make an offer that gets your appraisal waived? Or how to get the lender to not have to do an appraisal? What do you mean? Lauren Lee says, "Oh my OMG, you're fine. Thanks for the stream." Thank you, Lauren. Javier is trying his best. All right, guys. Last 5-10 minutes of questions. Let me know. Got to go get ready to some showings for Manny. Is Manny here right now? Probably not. Sani-san, I'm in Los Angeles, and they're asking me for $15,000 earnest money. Terrified of losing it. Oh man, that's tough. What point can we lose it? I would have your agent really just break down what exactly is at risk here, because if you haven't waived your inspection and your appraisal, just be very aware of what your backouts are, right? But if you're waiving a bunch of stuff and you're doing a high earnest money, just really I don't know the contract in LA. I'm not in LA, so have an agent really break down to you what are my options here. Samson, how to make my offer stand out? It has to be higher than most. And watch the first 30 minutes of the live. I gave a lot of great tips. Do you know much about manufactured homes like single wides? No. Christina Smarthorn is your resource for that. How much do we set aside in the market besides closing costs, down payment, tax to win a home? An extra 5 or 10K will help. Another extra 5 or 10K should help for sure. Will you ever vlog showing us a home for sale in Phoenix? Might be interesting. So I just started a separate channel for Arizona content. Has nothing to do with my name. As a matter of fact, I probably won't even tell you the name of it now. That way you guys can find it organically, because I don't want people that aren't looking in Phoenix to find it. So I'll start doing like pros and cons in Phoenix and stuff like that for people who are looking at Phoenix. And I'll probably also do like property tours and whatnot there. So after paying 20% down and paying closing costs, do you need reserves? Sometimes they request. Depends on your situation, man. Sometimes they request it, sometimes they don't. Javi, question. 6 months ago, I bought a home. It was recommended to stay 5 or more years. How accurate is that now? Man, that's a tough part, Thor. Because, I mean, why would you want to move already, right? So, yeah, the market's great right now, and it's going to continue to great for the least foreseeable future. But in 5 years, I don't know what's going to happen, right? So I would say hold on to it still. Yeah, I would say 5 years. And if you have to move because maybe you have a kid down the road or something, or 2-3 kids, then maybe, I don't know. You have to play it by ear, man. I think you can stay in your house for at least 5 or 10 years, though. I like your house. You have a good house. Don't leave. Will you cover Tucson? No, I'm only in Phoenix. Only in the Pahonix area. Pahonix. Hey, Javier, I'm starting to hear that these new builds are adding gotcha fees to client contracts. Koski pricing. Gotcha fees. No, they pretty much disclose all fees up front most of the time. What's more attractive for a seller? More money over listed price or bigger down payment? Money over listed price doesn't mean diddly doodly squat if you're not waiving anything, because you can offer $5 billion over value, and if you're not waiving your appraisal, it doesn't mean anything. So I think it's a combination of both. Going above, but doing it in a smart way where it actually shows you have the money to come up with a difference. And having a bigger down payment does help, because then they can see, well, if it doesn't appraise, then you can take some of the big down payment to put towards that. So, yeah. Have I ever heard of Starlight Homes? I haven't. No, unfortunately, no. Nope. All right, guys. I'm going to get going now. Thanks for stopping by. I appreciate your time, guys. Appreciate all your faces. Thank you so much for the time. Focus in my hand. Focus in my hand. If you're looking for a realty referral, guys, homeandmoney.com/Javier. It should be in the descriptions, right? I don't even know. I hope it has been. But anywho, yeah, so it should be in the description, homeandmoney.com/Javier, or if you just hit the referral link in my description, I'll lead you there. Other than that, guys, thank you so much for your time. I appreciate y'all. If you guys go to Discord, if you want to talk with us anytime, we have about 500 people now there. It's pretty awesome. It's a good place to vibe. Thanks for stopping by in the stream, Michael, Thor, NJNP. Hey, one last question from Kevin Archilla. It better be a good one, Kevin. You got 2 seconds. Come on, Kevin. Come on. Mike with the meh. Oh, my God. God, there has to be that one person that's just like, meh. Get out of here. I'm going to assume it was a joke, so I'm not going to do anything. Meh. Is that you, Dad? Kevin, are you not going to ask a question? No? Can a person that has another cosign to a house cosign another house? You have to be able to afford both houses. Cosigning isn't just like, yeah, you can. I got his back. No, cosigning is you're buying the house and mortgage in your name, so you can't do it again unless you can afford it. So yeah, sure, if you make tons of money, sure. I go live every Saturday morning, 9 to 10 a.m. ish, my time, Arizona time. I don't know what our time zone is. We're weird, you know. Oh, it was replying to someone. Okay, that's good. We good then. All right, guys. Take care. Have a blessed day. See ya.